Arnab Goswami on the debate at 10. Presented by Reliance Jio. Powered by Ford Ravin and Hike Messenger in style partner Raymond.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. From secret meetings to send-off requests, Rahul Gandhi's Chinese connection cannot be overlooked anymore. Now there is actually a document which has come out, which proves that the Chinese government, through its ambassador in Delhi, was lobbying with the government of India for Rahul Gandhi. Believe it or not, they even wanted to give him a ceremonial send-off while he went on his Kailash Mansarovar trip. Most people did not believe this when the BJP made a claim, but then by the afternoon a document emerged. Here it is, and then we debate.
On the debate tonight, there are questions over the Rahul-China link. He showered praises on China while undermining India's achievements.
China is a competitor of ours. China is also a rising power.
The truth is the Chinese are still in Doklam.
या चाइना में रोजगार मिलेगा या फिर हिंदुस्तान में रोजगार मिलेगा.
In terms of economic strength, it's pretty clear that China today is more powerful.
Held meetings with them when we were staring back in Doklam. But tonight, the Rahul-China connection has become clearer than ever.
राहुल गांधी जी चाहते थे, वो तो नेपाल जा रहे थे, नेपाल से चाइना जाएंगे, मगर वो चाहते थे कि उनको छोड़ने के लिए, उनको सी ऑफ करने के लिए चाइनीज एम्बेसडर जाए. और चाइनीज एम्बेसडर ने चिट्ठी लिख के एक्सटर्नल अफेयर्स से ये परमिशन मांगी थी कि उनको 3 पासेस दिया जाए ताकि सेरेमोनियल लाउंज यूज किया जा सके इंदिरा गांधी एयरपोर्ट का, जहां से सेरेमोनियल सी ऑफ हो सके राहुल गांधी जी का इन द प्रेजेंस ऑफ द कंप्लीट चाइनीज envoy and its ambassador.
This is the official communication by the Chinese embassy for its consular to see off Rahul Gandhi at the IGI airport. But the Congress now is using the Shiv Bhakt argument to counter the BJP's allegations.
चाइना में कौन से पॉलिटिशियन हैं जिनसे राहुल जी मिलने वाले हैं और उनसे क्या डिस्कशंस होने वाली है राहुल जी, इसका जवाब आप जरूर दीजिएगा.
शंकर के अनन्य भक्त श्री राहुल गांधी और भगवान शंकर के बीच पौराणिक प्रथाओं को तोड़कर भारतीय जनता पार्टी बाधा डालने का एक कुत्सित प्रयास कर रही है जो दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है.
यू आर राहुल गांधी, नॉट चाइनीज गांधी. यू आर राहुल गांधी, यू आर नॉट चाइनीज गांधी. इसलिए आपको चाइना के ऑनवॉय और चाइना के एम्बेसडर नेपाल जाने के लिए, आप नेपाल जा रहे हैं, 11:45 के फ्लाइट से गए हैं, इंडिगो के फ्लाइट से गए हैं, आपको चाइनीज ऑनवॉय आके सी ऑफ क्यों करे?
शिव भगत राहुल जी और भोले शंकर जी की आराधना, उसके बीच में ना भाजपा आ पाएगी ना कोई और व्यक्ति आ पाएगा.
Doklam to Delhi via China. BJP has made a series of disclosures. Should Rahul clarify on China's attempt to lobby for him? Let's debate.
Why would the Chinese government want to give a ceremonial send-off to Rahul Gandhi when he's going for the Kailash Mansarovar Yatra? Ostensibly, at least, that is the official reason. Why would they then lobby for it? Why would they then immediately start urgently intervening that we want to do this? Why would the entire Chinese government want to land at the airport to see off Rahul? In a nutshell, it doesn't make sense to me. When Sambit Patra said it, to be honest, you know, I found it a little incredulous to believe. But when this paper came out, and I now want to hold it up, I thought this letter may have been fake. But no Congress rejection of this letter came up, so we had to believe the letter is appropriate. It is signed also, Embassy of the People's Republic of China, etc., etc. Why would you do this? Why would anyone do this? Why would you? Sunit Chopra, you have a guess? Suman?
Yeah. This is a very normal thing, not unusual.
This is terrible optics.
No.
When I went to DPRK, there were embassy wings to say goodbye to me because
He
I was going
China. It's not normal at all.
What is wrong
No
in
great thing.
seeing him off at the airport?
It's very normal.
No,
You obviously don't know these things. It's very normal. And I have over the years seen this many times.
Really? When you got a ceremonial,
Nothing new.
you got a ceremonial send-off when you went to Korea, is it? Sambit, are you making too big a deal of
I
this?
don't know what you
he's
call
a Communist Party
Sumant and Sunit Chopra.
No.
It's too big a deal.
He is a China spokesperson, so it's not an issue for him.
Some official from the embassy goes
What is the charge, Arnab?
your status.
What is the charge, Sambit?
It's a normal thing.
What is the charge,
Let me
Sambit?
come in. Let me come in.
Nothing great.
Allow me, Mr.
Arnab,
Chopra,
what
Mr.
is the
Chopra.
charge? I'm still
See,
not
we
able to
have,
understand.
we have Mr. Please, I'm educating you. So we have Mr. Kajju over here, one of the most senior person in the panel and who would understand the intricacies of diplomacy. Ask Mr. Kajju, I have not even heard him, but I can say he would support what I'm going to say. See, Mr. Rahul Gandhi is going to China ultimately, but via Nepal.
Yeah.
His flight is going to land in Nepal and thereafter he's going to go to China for Mansarovar and his darshana, for which we wish him best of luck. But the issue is, why would the Chinese ambassador and his troops want to see him off at the Indian airport? Even when the Indian Prime Minister goes to any foreign destination, who goes to see him off? Not definitely the people of that destination, but the Indian people go to see him off. I mean, why would the Chinese people want to see him off? He's not even going to their country by the flight which they wanted to see him off in. That is the question you want to understand. And don't you see, Mr. Suman, that there has been a pattern?
They do.
And there is a pattern, Suman, there is a pattern. We have the Doklam, we have Rahul Gandhi supporting the Chinese rather the Indians. In the middle of night, Mr. Kajju, I'll just complete in 10 seconds. I think I'll just complete in 10 seconds since the question is to me and you are the most senior person, of course, Mr. Kajju. See, there is a pattern. It's not just one of the instances that we were talking about. We had seen Doklam, and if I'm right, Arnab, you are the first person to come up with the picture that Mr. Rahul Gandhi had secretly clicked with the Chinese entourage. And remember, first initial reaction of the Congress party from Mr. Surjewala was a denial, categorical denial. And after 2 hours, they had to accept it because everything was caught red-handed. Why was Mr. Rahul Gandhi wanting to know the Chinese perspective in Doklam without asking the EAM, the External Affairs Minister of India, the Foreign Secretary of India, or anyone from India for that matter of purpose? We have seen in the last fortnight as to how Mr. Rahul Gandhi has been heaping praises on China with all kind of bunkum facts while he has been demeaning India globally. So of course, when we connect all these dots, and remember, it's not just that. I have 2 newspaper cuttings over here. Sonia Gandhi, when she was just a member of parliament and head of the Congress party, way back in 2008, along with Rahul Gandhi, Robert Vadra, Priyanka, and the 2 small kids of Priyanka ji, they were all called up for the Beijing Olympic. And there were special guests of the Chinese
No, so what
premier
is your
there.
angle?
They were seated in the special enclosure there. Why? What? No, my angle is very simple. What is the Chinese connection?
Ambassador Kajju.
Why all these facilities for the Gandhi family?
Sambit, I think
I will.
Sambit, yes, sir. Yes, sir. There is some time lag, so sorry.
I will explain. And please give me 2 minutes. Please give me 2 minutes so that I can put the perspective. When the Prime Minister travels, then to a particular country on an official visit, it is customary for the senior envoy of that country to see him off at Indira Gandhi Airport. That is part of our standard protocol. So there is now. Second, and I'm on a very narrow point, I think when it came to Doklam, Mr. Rahul Gandhi should have first sought a briefing from the External Affairs Ministry. On that, I have no doubt. But as far as seeing off, and this is particularly for Mr. Patra as far as seeing off Mr. Rahul Gandhi by the Chinese embassy officials or diplomats, I think that is perfectly normal diplomatic practice. This is a courtesy that is extended by an embassy to important people going to visit their country if the embassy has this knowledge. And in this case, it is Arnab, the ceremonial lounge doesn't become involved. As a member of parliament, Mr. Rahul Gandhi is entitled to use certain lounges at the Indira Gandhi
No, it's
airport.
not about the lounge. It's
And
not about the lounge.
even
If I were to ask you,
to Nepal
no, if I were to ask you one minute, just one minute.
Yes, please. Yes.
I think, sir, with all respect, you may be stretching it a little bit, because if I were to ask you,
Please.
you know that in 2013 or 2012, before he became the Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi had also gone to China,
Yes.
right? And he was received with much fanfare out there in China. But please tell me, did the Chinese ambassador at that point of time write to the Manmohan Singh government saying, we want to see off Mr. Narendra Modi at the airport? Now that's the point that Sambit Patra is on.
I will, let me clarify. No,
Is it an extraordinary gesture? May I ask you, is it an extraordinary gesture? Is it an extraordinary gesture?
No.
Is it an extraordinary gesture by the Chinese government?
Please let me answer that, Arnab. May I answer that? I do not know the facts of Mr. Narendra Modi as Chief Minister's visit. All that I am saying is that it is standard diplomatic practice to extend this courtesy. Now, this courtesy is not extended in every case. But as an ambassador
Why would you?
I have myself asked
why would you?
my
Why would you now? No. Sir, 1 minute.
These
Sir,
are
1 minute.
courtesies that are extended.
Sir, 1 minute. Sir, 1 minute.
Yes.
I now want to take it one step forward and get you into a debate with Tuhin and Saurabh as well. Now, sir, with the greatest of respect, I want to bring in two or three facts. At every possible international forum, Rahul Gandhi praises China, right, while diminishing India. These two things are clear. Global forums and International Institute of Strategic Studies. On his many trips abroad, he's got a China obsession. Secondly, his political interventions in the context of China run down the Indian forces while making a strong narrative for the great achievements of the Chinese army. Third link, during Doklam, he's alleged to have secret meetings with the Chinese. Fourth point, the BJP says that we want to know whether he will be meeting other politicians, etc. in China, which may therefore arise a conflict of interest that if you come back and you argue against your own government and praise the Chinese government on public platforms, the details of your intervention should be known. For example, let me give you one small example. The closeness of Donald Trump to Putin and the possible intervention of the Russian government in the American election is a matter not of public conjecture but concern across the United States of America. And hence the possibility of a foreign government inimical to Indian interests intervening in domestic politics and using an individual as a pawn by putting him on a highfalutin position with an extraordinary ceremonial send-off and welcome in their own country will be seen in that context. Why would the same people who would question Trump's dalliance with the Russians not question Rahul's dalliance with the Chinese? Simple point. Take it forward. Either Tuhin or Saurabh can come into the debate. Please.
No dalliance.
No, laughing away.
The Russian information is very different from what you are giving.
So Saurabh is on the debate.
Diplomatic optics by Rahul Gandhi. And I beg to differ with Mr. Karju. This is not a normal diplomatic protocol.
Saurabh and
The
Mr.
Chinese
Karju.
ambassador is not going to see off every dignitary from India who's going to China. I'm sorry.
Not done every time.
So Rahul Gandhi should have realized that this is
that.
terrible diplomatic optics at a time when Indian forces are engaged in many ways, and in a almost a situation, there are a lot of pending issues with China. He should have been sensitive enough to realize that Chinese envoy going to drop him at the airport and giving him a send-off sends out the wrong message.
Truthful.
This is it's terrible diplomatic optics.
Wrong message
And the
will
Chinese
go.
ambassador
This is
does not go
normal
for any opposition
First
leader.
of all, Arnab,
Arnab,
first of all, I think I wish to congratulate. First of all, I wish to congratulate Rahul Gandhi on his Kailash Mansarovar Yatra, because at this point of time, divine intervention seems to be the only way he can attain the sagacity and wisdom commensurate with his age. Now, I don't think it is so much of his love for China as it is a hatred for BJP-led India and Modi-led India, which in turn makes Congress and his stooges at times embrace Pakistan and at times China. If you recall, I had filed a PIL last year against his shady visits abroad. And in fact, not just his Chinese...
What do you mean shady visits abroad?
15 years, I had noticed...
What do you mean shady visits abroad?
What is the meaning? What does he mean by saying shady?
Yeah, so there are...
No, what do you mean by shady visits abroad? Sorry, the nation wants to know. What do you mean? What do you mean shady visits abroad?
So hear me out, of course.
We got some pictures also there.
Yeah, it's abandoning... It's changing travel plans at the 11th hour with a specific intent to do away and to do away with the SPG cover. This had been a pattern over 15 years. The travel plans had been changed at the 11th hour, and the only objective seemed to be to give SPG a slip. So, insofar as following protocols is concerned, he has never done that, and which also seems to be the case over here. Now, coming specifically to his China obsession, yes, I mean, for some strange reason, he has been indulging in even during the Doklam, he indulged in a rendezvous which was completely unbecoming of a responsible leader of the opposition, which in turn only showed that he has more trust in the Chinese than in the Indian leadership. He should have ideally approached even at that point of time, the National Security Advisor or the External Affairs Minister if he really wanted to know what was happening in Doklam.
There's nothing secret. A photograph was taken.
Pattern across, and this seems to be laden
What
with
nonsense?
vicious intent.
Nobody in his right mind would go to this nonsense.
Suman.
And innuendo.
Are you in your right mind,
Basically, they are just slandering him and using innuendo.
Are you in your right mind?
Absolutely. Are you? No. Why not you make a specific charge or a specific allegation? If the Chinese gave him a send-off, you got to ask the Chinese. That is their prerogative. They have not violated any law. And you're adding 2 and 2 and getting 222.
I spoke about a pattern.
And there is no charge also at the end of the day.
Can I ask you simply? I think we should cut the chase here. I think we should cut the chase here, and we have a bigger question to ask Sumant. Sumant, we have a bigger question to ask. We have a bigger question to ask.
Are you aware?
And we have pictures. One second. We have a bigger question to ask. Is Rahul Gandhi China's... 1 minute. Allow me, Sumant. Let me say something. Is Rahul Gandhi China's lobbyist? You flip-flop about meeting the Chinese during Doklam. Are you China's lobbyist? You take the whole family along to China-hosted functions in India and abroad. Say thirdly, Sumant a minute. A minute. I want to know whether the High Commissioner of UK saw Rahul Gandhi when he went on his recent visit to London. I want to know whether the German ambassador saw Rahul Gandhi when he went to Hamburg. And if he did not in that case, then why the Chinese? No, why the Chinese? Can you explain that? Second point. You have seen Rahul Gandhi's... Would it not be very convenient for the Chinese government to have a pro-China politician being built up in India? Simple question here. Would it not be the best and most malleable thing for them? Because Modi is a tough nut.
Can I answer your question?
Modi is a tough person to care.
Can I answer, Mr. Suman?
It is in the interest of every government.
There you are.
A pro person for that particular.
There you are. That's the point.
America, it is
That's the point.
It is UK.
That's the point. So Suman, thanks. So Suman, thanks. That's the point. That's the point.
How stupid
I ask you.
How colossally stupid is this?
I am asking you.
How colossally stupid
would it not help? Would it not help the Brit? No, I'll ask you again. I'll ask you again.
Now, I'll tell you why this is not colossally stupid,
Okay,
Mr.
fine.
Suman, if
Which
you allow
country
me.
will want a hostile person?
I will answer
No,
that.
which
Arnab,
country
let
will
me
have a
answer
hostile
Suman.
person? Does it make any
Okay,
sense?
well, let me answer that. Suman, Suman, you can relax now. Your nose must be paining with the pain of your spectacles. Relax now. I'm going to answer your question now. Suman, number one, when you say that, well, we should have a pro-China politician in India, I believe we should have a pro-India politicians all across India. Well,
I
yes,
never said
if
that.
bilateral relationship
I never
with
said
any
that.
country
I never said
becomes...
that.
No, you...
I never
no, what did
said
you
that.
say? No, what did you say? What did you
I
say right
said
now?
any
When Arnab asked you pro-China politicians, you say... Yeah.
Pro them in terms of bilateral relations.
No, but would you want
Any
an Indian
country will
leader
want
to be
that.
pro-India
That's
or
what I'm saying.
India
pro-China?
not wanting
Yeah, that's what I'm
a
saying. Pro-China is
pro-India
pro-them.
American president?
Yeah,
Does
that's
India
what...
not want a pro-Russian,
But does India want a pro-China leader?
Sir, I'm answering your question, sir. Please don't take so much of pain. I got your point. I'm answering it. Remember, what is the underlying statement of diplomacy? Underlying statement of diplomacy is... No, not India. China wants a pro-Chinese leader over here. That's what Mr. Goswami was hinting towards.
Sunny Chopra.
Let me tell you what is the underlying statement of diplomacy. The underlying statement of diplomacy is country first and see to it that the interest of India is put first over here. But ironically, look at the pattern of events with Rahul Gandhi. He appears to put the interest of China first and he belittles the interest of India, and that is what we are complaining about. And today when we remind Mr. Gandhi that you are Rahul Gandhi or Chinese Gandhi, all that we want to say him, that why do you go singing peons for China while you denigrate your own country, India? And we have too much of extra courtesies. Chinese embassy. These two
is it part of a Chinese plan?
Has a very different story to say.
So are the Chinese grooming a pro-China voice? That's all. Simple question. Are the Chinese grooming a pro-China lobby in India? Suma, Saurabh.
The world knows China.
The world knows China?
The world knows China and accepts its
Rahul
growth.
Gandhi, he's being naive as well. He's falling into a Chinese trap. The Chinese are trying to convey here that the Congress party seems to
like
be
Mr.
pro-China.
Modi fell into a trap going without an invitation to Pakistan.
He should have seen through the game as well. If he was a politician, he should have seen these are terrible diplomatic optics.
Ambassador Kajju.
He should have politely told the Chinese ambassador.
Yes, Ambassador Kajju, last word to you, sir.
Saurabh, may I now...
I'll see you in my office.
Just 2 points here, sir. Saurabh, Saurabh, just 2 points. One is that every Indian leader has to remain committed to India. That goes without saying. Second, it is the business of all ambassadors, and permit me to say I've remained an ambassador myself. It is the business of all ambassadors to try to cultivate leaders of the country where they are posted. It is the business of leaders to exercise discretion and not get taken in by ambassadors. Now, courtesies you accept, but you don't go beyond accepting courtesies. There's no question of denigrating your country. You can want good relations with another country, but denigrating your country is out of the question. I don't want to enter into politics here. I'm speaking as a former diplomat. So this is the business how international relations proceeds. You cultivate, the other man accepts courtesies but doesn't go beyond that.
Ambassador, you need a very mature mind to handle that and to be able to decide at what point to draw the line. You need a very mature mind.
I would like to think that all Indian leaders are mature. I would like to think that all Indian leaders are mature, Arnab.
So would I, sir. I wish, sir. I thank you. I think that's enough attention on Rahul Gandhi's China link. We move to another big story today.